So you're thinking about moving to Canton, Michigan. Well, today we want to give you a tour of Cherry Hill Village, which resides inside of Canton. It's at Ridge Road and Cherry Hill Road. Has a cute little downtown area, tons of new construction, tons of subdivisions. It's a very, very sought out area here in Canton Township, and we're going to do all of that starting right now. So you're thinking about moving to Canton, Michigan. My name is Matt Talbot. My team and I help people just like you every single day move here to Michigan. We get calls, texts, and emails literally every day of people that want to move to the area, and we absolutely live for that. If you're thinking about moving to Michigan in the next 3 to 12 months, feel free to send us a message, give us a phone call, send us an email, or hit the Calendly link here in YouTube, and you can set a consultation today. We're here off Cherry Hill Road and Ridge Road, which is Cherry Hill Village. Again, on the outskirts of Canton, Michigan. It's on the west side of Canton, and it's almost a little downtown cute area. There's a few different things I like to highlight here. They actually redeveloped this area in the early 2000s. Back in the day, ironically, it was a friend of mine's family farm. They had literally thousands of acres out here and lots of farmland. In the general area here in Southeast Michigan, they're just developing more and more west. So in the early 2000s, that's when this area was developed. So there's a lot of newer construction homes that were built over the last 20 or so years, including some new build options today. So they developed this little downtown area, which took a little bit of a while to take off, but now we're starting to get there, and there's some really cool different things to check out. One is the Village Theater behind Nick here at Cherry Hill. It's a 400-person theater, nonprofit organization. They have, different events there as far as, like I look, they have Queen coming in. They have Second City, Holidays and Confused play. So they have a lot of different plays and stuff going in here at the Cherry Hill Theater. So cool organization. It's a nonprofit. We donate a little bit each year to their Relay for Life event that they do here. And there's a few other, if you come this way, there's a few other different shops and stuff all down Cherry Hill Road. So this is Cherry Hill and Ridge, like I said. And Cherry Hill will actually take you, if you keep heading east, back into town a little bit. And if you go into town and you actually go a little bit north, you'll run into Ford Road. So here in Canton, Ford Road's a big piece. It's where all your shopping is. There's an IKEA over there. All your major Targets and Kroger and all that stuff is on Ford Road. But here in Cherry Hill Village, you kind of get the best of both worlds, which is why it's a sought out area. You're a little bit west of all the busyness that Ford Road has. So it gives you a little bit of peace and quiet in this area, and you still have some nice walking distance things. So Cherry Hill Village almost has its own local town square. Like this is the Redhead Salon. There's a little hair salon here. You have Edward Jones for your financial advising needs and stuff like that. And there's tons of little businesses all throughout Cherry Hill Village. And so what's interesting about Cherry Hill Village is, unlike a lot of the other communities in Southeast Michigan, which there's a lot of them, especially in the Ann Arbor area, if you go to Chelsea or Dexter, different places like that, they have these downtown areas that, back in the day was a lot of farmland in that, and they needed a place to kind of congregate. So you have these old small towns. Cherry Hill Village wasn't like that. It's part of Canton Township, which is, a 36 square mile township. But they developed, like I said, in the early 2000s, and that allows us to have some different businesses going in here, and they're generating a little bit of its own downtown feel, which is pretty cool. So as you can see, like the church across the street, there are some old buildings that have been here for a long time, and they kind of kept this feel and this vibe here in Cherry Hill Village as well too. Even in some of the subdivisions, which I'll show you in a minute, they have a different feel of compared to a lot of the other new construction, that more modern build. So they kept this feeling of this small town feel in Cherry Hill Village. Again, you're still in Canton Township, you're still by Ford Road and all the other major construction and stuff like that, but because of the land out here, they're able to develop through the years. So really cool features. We'll check out some of the other businesses around here. So this is the Cherry Hill School. And so there's one of these in Canton. There's another one actually in Plymouth down Ann Arbor Road as well too, that back in the day, if you went to Plymouth Canton schools, they would take you to show you what school was like back in the day. This one, Cherry Hill School, I'm pretty sure you can rent it for events and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. Again, there is some history out here. This was a little bit more in the country, so to speak. And so they kept some of this old history here in Cherry Hill Village and surround it with some new modern updates and some new modern businesses. So the school itself, it says 1876, okay? This was farmland back then. It goes way, way, way back. It's a pretty cool spot. So again, we're here at Ridge and Cherry Hill Road. This is Indigo Salon and Spa. It's kind of a cool place. If you look at it, this is a late 1800s building. And this is what's so cool about this area. It's one of the reasons why I like it is you have this old architecture, which is really cool, old building. And then if you look, I don't know if you can see it from the camera, Nick, but kitty corner to here is Concord Park, which we'll talk about in a minute. It's a Lombardo build, which is a bigger builder in the area here. They're not a national builder. Across the street, I mean, they are in other states, but not as big as like an MI Homes, which they had a sign across the street as well too, which are also building in the area a couple miles from here. But Concord Park is still new construction options available in there. We'll dive into the specifics in a minute there. But as you can see, you kind of get this downtown area with new construction right here. And so there's just a different vibe happening in this part of Canton than the rest of Canton that a lot of people appreciate. It's a little bit slower paced, a little bit quieter out here compared to a lot of the rest of Canton. So again, the value here in Cherry Hill Village, in my opinion, is the rest of Canton can be a little bit busy. You can avoid some of that by being in Cherry Hill Village. You have a Cold Stone right across the street here. There's a little grocery store, deli, liquor store type vibe. You have Maricino's Pizza and Pub across the street as well too, which is a local spot here. And they actually just did a lot more commercial development a little bit down the way that a lot more businesses are currently moving into as we speak. So you can again be a little bit on the slower paced part of town here in Cherry Hill Village rather than the busyness that you have in Ford Road. It's not horrible compared to some areas, but if you're from Michigan, if you're from this area, Ford Road can get difficult at certain times of the day. So understand that you have that available to you if you want, but you can avoid it out here as well too is really the benefit. Up next, we're gonna give you some tours of the different neighborhoods and some of the new construction options here in the Cherry Hill Village area. So now on to the real estate. I want to give you a couple different flavors. There's a handful of different subdivisions here in the general Cherry Hill Village area. Like across the street is the Landings as an example. That's a more established subdivision, been built over the last couple of years. I want to give you two examples of new construction, then we'll dive into two currently built subs that have already been built up and show you kind of the different flavors that they have to offer in the general Cherry Hill Village area. This is the Meadows of Cherry Hill. As you can see, they start in the mid 500s. I'm sure you can go up to 657, 750 if you really put a lot of bells and whistles on these. This is a newer development. There's only a few lots that have been sold, so there's a lot of real estate to still be sold in here. And you're literally, I don't know, a half a mile, quarter mile from Cherry Hill Village to walk to stuff if you'd like to. You can jog through here and stuff like that. So you're still in the general Cherry Hill Village area. Cherry Hill Village itself has a subdivision. I'll show you guys that in a minute. That's its own subdivision. It's a very vast sub that looks pretty different, but I wanted to show you first a couple different examples of new construction that's still available. Again, you're really 500 to 700 in this sub. We'll give you a quick tour, show you some of the stuff that's going up to get some flavors of what's available here in Canton Township and in Cherry Hill Village. So crazy timing, guys. I actually ran into the builder John here at Evergreen, so we had a great opportunity. I've known him for a long time. We've worked together in the past, and so he gave us a quick tour of the farmhouse, brand new farmhouse behind us. It's not even completed yet, so it's there's a little bells and whistles to still wrap up inside, but we're gonna show you some quick shots to show you what the new construction gets you here at Evergreen. It's just under $700,000 price point, a beautiful house, farmhouse vibe. I love it. Number 2 on our list of new construction subs I wanted to talk about in the Cherry Hill Village area here in Canton Township is Concord Park. This is the Lombardo home build. They're a big builder in the area. I think they build a pretty quality product. We've sold quite a few Lombardo homes. We've sold quite a few homes in here. This particular location, they're really building from anywhere from about 450 to 650 for the most part. You could really go crazy, maybe go a little bit higher than that. Mostly colonial homes and Cape Cod homes. Really good product. They're building about 200 to 225 $3,500 square foot currently. So this is a really good option for a lot of people. Many buyers in the area locally in our economy fall in that $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 range. So there's a variety of different options here. Again, we're walking distance to everything Cherry Hill Village has to offer. The community features a lot of nice walking and jogging areas, and it's really laid out well, as there's a good amount of land out here too. So we're gonna give you some shots of what this subdivision looks like, give you just a quick tour of the exterior of the homes and stuff like that so you can see for yourself. Okay guys, so we showed you two of the new construction sites in the Cherry Hill Village area. Now we're standing in the heart of Cherry Hill Village itself, which is actually its own subdivision. So that downtown area we showed you, all this whole part of town is known as Cherry Hill Village to people living in the local area here, but there is a Cherry Hill Village subdivision and we're in the heart of it. As you can see, we're in a big park here. Throughout Cherry Hill Village, there's a lot of these parks, playscapes, walking areas. It's a very cool vibe throughout this whole part of town. So we'll give you a tour of the subdivision. The homes really range from 1,200 square feet to about 3,500 square feet, somewhere in there. They really range from about 400 to 650 depending. There's also a lot of townhomes and condos. Those are just for the single family homes only. So there's a variety of different products. There's tons of homes, hundreds of properties, hundreds of lots, tons of walking areas and parks and stuff like that in Cherry Hill Village subdivision itself. So we'll give you a quick tour, show you what this is about. And again, you're of course blocks away from all the shopping and stuff that we just went through. This is why we wanted to do this video, to kind of show you what it's like here, because it is a really unique piece of Canton. All right guys, so I saved the best for last. We are just outside of Cherry Hill Village area, only about a mile or less, and this subdivision's awesome. We've sold about 3 or 4 homes in here over the last year. They're beautiful layouts. This is a Toll Brother build. This is Westridge Estates. I absolutely love this subdivision. We're actually at the community center right here too, so you get the playscape. There's a pool. Obviously there's still snow on the ground. Yes, we have snow here in Michigan. It's just kind of part of the gig. It's not always beautiful and sunny and all that stuff, but this is a great community center. There's volleyball in the back, pretty big lots here. They're building anywhere from really 3,000 square feet upwards of close to 5,000 square feet here in Westridge. There's some really nice layouts. The Duke model is very, very popular. We've sold a handful of those. So these homes don't come up a lot. They've been mostly, actually they're all developed at this point. I think they sold the last lot recently. I actually sold that one right here, which was originally the model not too long ago. Beautiful updates throughout. So Westridge Estates, I feel like I saved the best for last. I absolutely love this subdivision. That being said, you're most likely in the $700,000 and up range, really over $1 million for some of the bigger homes in this subdivision, but a little bit more house here. If that fits your need, you're still very close to Cherry Hill Village. You're right in the middle of Canton. You're a half a mile from Ford Road, which is all your shopping and all that great stuff. So that does it for today's video. Thanks so much for tuning in to our Cherry Hill Village, Canton, Michigan video. If this video is any value to you, or if you'd like future videos like this, please hit subscribe and tap for notifications. We plan on making more and more informational videos about Southeast Michigan and making sure to show you what it's like to live here or to move here, because it's a really awesome place to live.